Welcome to Elora. The Elora is a community in the township of Centre Wellington, Wellington County, Ontario, Canada. It is well known for its 19th century limestone architecture and the geographically significant Elora Gorge. Elora is no longer an independent entity. In 1999, the township of Centre Wellington was formed by amalgamating the town of Fergus, the village of Elora, and the townships of Nickel, Pilkington, West Garifraxa, and part of Hermosa. 2. In 2011, the community referred to as Elora had a population of approximately 7,756. Amazing things to do in Elora, Ontario. There are so many amazing things to do in Elora, Ontario. It's the perfect weekend getaway from Toronto or anywhere in southern Ontario. It's one of my favorite road trips in Ontario and among the cutest small towns in Ontario. Elora is a beautiful village with a great combination of outdoor adventures and small town charm. There's a stunning gorge, many parks and green space, and a quaint downtown core. With all of these wonderful things to do in Elora, you can spend a day or a few days in this cute village. While it's possible to plan a day trip to Elora, I recommend spending at least one night in town to make the most of your time there.
Long live bad.
Yeah.
I
These are my memoirs. Light up a cigar, smoke up the memories as I sit and dust them off. Why do people say it's just to piss you off? Ignore them, no call button and then dress too par. Now they can't test the gods, had to defy the odds. It only get tougher back then, we thought times was hard. Told them don't write me off, told her don't type at all. To all the ones that gave up, this a reply to y'all.
There are so many things to see in Elora that you could easily spend at least 2 or even 3 days if you want to experience it all. Things to do in Elora. Outdoor activities. Let's start with outdoor adventures in Elora. The town is most known for the Elora Gorge, stunning rugged cliffs with a river rushing through the middle. There are many opportunities for hiking, exploring, and even drifting down the Grand River in the center of this impressive canyon.
No angel ever said, yo, who these wings for? Ain't no champion ever said, who these rings for? So don't question what God doing, who you live for. Start accepting who you are and what you do it for. Doing less, doing more, it's really either or. Meet them halfway when one close, here go another door. Here go your dreams, what you running for? Head full of steam, cause you want it, huh? But it's in your genes, you was born a star.
Yeah, damn, we done came far. The blessings soon pay off. I don't get a day off. Feel like the playoffs, they like, way I gon' take off. Dill got laid off, now we focused on trademarks. We just making hits after hits, no aid off. Now they want to eat all the same plate that I ate off. They really be brainwashed for trade-offs. Listen to these verses, these are thoughts that I brainstorm. People do me wrong, but nowadays I just pray for them. I've been under pressure, you can't tell cause I stay calm. I need peace and quiet, all I hear is the rain falls. Now all I see is green like my name was Draymond. ISO the brand and you know we gon' rain on. Shout out to the fans from the jump, that's
Elora Gorge Lookout and Victoria Park. The Elora Gorge is one of the top reasons why people visit the village of Elora. The cliffs span 22 meters high in some places and the Grand River rushes through the middle. If you'd like to get up close and personal with the Elora Gorge, head directly to Victoria Park. Once you enter Victoria Park, take a short walk through a shaded area until you reach the lookout point. There aren't too many steps before you reach the bottom. Whether you admire the Elora Gorge from below or choose to walk through the shallow waters here, it's all up to you. Victoria Park and the lookout are both free things to do in Elora, Ontario. The gorge can actually be appreciated from several vantage points throughout town. You might stumble upon these spots if you go for a big walk around town. If you walk on the west side of Wellington Road 7 before you reach David Street, you'll cross over the Grand River and the Elora Gorge from high above. Then, continue east on David Street where you'll spot another pretty Elora Gorge view over Irvine Creek, Elora Green Space and the Tall Man. If you love parks and sculptures, you'll adore this tiny park in the middle of the village. This bustling street corner, Metcalfe and West Mill Street, at the entrance to downtown Elora wasn't always a park. In fact, it used to be home to a gas station. Nowadays, there are big, shady trees and vibrant red chairs where you can lounge. It's the perfect place to meet friends, read a book, or even take in some local music or small theater performances. Grassland Music Festival concerts have taken place at the Elora Green Space. When we visited, Justin and I admired the local sculptures dotted throughout the small park, including one big one at its center. The Tall Man sculpture was created by artist Scott McNichol, and it's actually named, Who's in Charge? It's a very tall man with his finger pointing downwards. We took turns posing beneath the Tall Man, and it's pretty obvious from the photos that Justin and I have a big height difference. Elora Cataract Trail, looking for more hiking treks.
Baby, feel this way, no.
Experiences in downtown Elora, Ontario. Even if you aren't wildly interested in outdoor adventures or activities surrounding the Elora Gorge, there are still so many amazing things to do in Elora. You'll find most of these experiences in downtown Elora, including shopping, the arts, and local culture. There's a wide variety of activities, so there is truly something for everyone. Downtown Elora has so many shops where you'll get a dose of retail therapy. There are many unique gift shops and art galleries all over town where you can find something special for your home.
What can I do? What can I say? Please make it undone. What you did to me, I don't know what to do. Will I ever love again?
Half Moon Boutique has interesting gifts, crafts, art, and clothing. Lemon Tree Co is a design studio and retail shop featuring natural and handmade goods for the home. The Elora Pottery offers custom dinnerware and shelves full of handmade mugs, bowls, and so much more. Where to eat in Elora? Shepherd's Pub, Elora Bread Trading Company, The Cellar Pub Grill, Elora Coffee Shop. For such a small town, there are so many amazing restaurants in Elora. As I follow a vegan diet, I'm going to highlight my favorite restaurants that offer delicious vegan options. There isn't a strictly vegan restaurant in Elora, but hopefully that changes in the future. The Elora Cafe, Elora Brewing Company. Did you know that Elora has its own craft brewery? The Elora Brewing Company is a brewery and a gastro pub, so you can sample their brews and stay for a meal. I suggest sampling a few different beers in a beer flight if you're new to this craft brewery. Currently, they only have a small patio menu, but they're working on a bigger menu as they complete some kitchen renovations. There is a veggie burger on the menu. Unfortunately, the bun has egg in it.
They get all of the yeah. So they soak the grains in the back too. They bring it down. They boil it down.
Then we go there?
Like, I can't let you in there because of liability things, but you can stand over here and there.
Okay. How much time it takes from here to find a product?
3 to 6 weeks, depending.
Okay.
Yeah. So some of our beers are really fast, they're just under 3 weeks, and then other ones they have to take a bit longer to let ferment a little longer, or they add more hops and let the flavors develop in a different way.
Okay, but all use the hops, or you mix something?
We use different strains of hops, which is why our beers have such complex and different flavors. Right,
Tell me about IPA. What is the difference between IPA and how it is?
IPA and
A regular beer or something.
okay, so yeah, so more hops mostly.
Because I know kids like IPA these days. My kids,
Yeah.
and I cannot.
They got really popular about 10 years ago, and they're still going strong. A lot more hops, a little higher alcohol percentage.
Okay.
Right, so they start with an ale, and then you can either hop it before fermentation or after fermentation. Sometimes both. It can be double dry hop. There's all sorts of different things you can do with it, but all beer is made with the same ingredients, right? It just depends on like how you prepare it. Yeah, so we do a lot of like our IPAs. You had the paddles, right? So the Lady Friend is our straightforward one, a little bit more malty, a little bit cleaner. So we only hop that one once. And then the Devil's Lettuce, because that one's got a lot more citrus, a lot more flavors on the front, and a longer finish. That one's got more hops, different varieties all mixed in there. And it's like playing with.
Playing with the the strength of theirs of that part.
Exactly, right.
And adding, and you do add flavors for all.
No, actually, so all the flavors that are listed on the menu, like all the notes of grapefruit and all that just comes from the hops.
The hops itself.
Yeah, that's it. There's one beer that we add flavors to, and that's the Lodestar. This is sour. So we start with the same base sour, and every batch we add different fruit juices to it. So this one's got mango and pineapple. We had a blackberry tangerine, and they're coming out with strawberry.
And
Strawberry lemon.
So those are added at the end.
In the middle. In the middle. After it's fermented, they add the fruit juices, and then they let it condition and kind of all come together. So it's a nice like, well mixed.
All mix up, then they came out.
Yeah. So these guys are 6,000 liters. These are 5. Those are 5, and we have a couple of 1,000 liter smaller tanks that we can do small batch stuff with. How did I do? Thank you, man.
Stay tuned for updates. When is the best time of year to visit Elora? The summer months, between June and September, offer the most activities and the best weather. But Elora is a year-round destination where you'll find fun events and things to do in all seasons. Where do I park in Elora? It is free to park on all of the city streets. It can be more difficult to find prime parking spots on summer weekends.